Hello and welcome to this energy reading for the month of May. My name is Lee, intuitive wellbeing coach and teacher and founder of Soul Self Mastery, and you are very, very welcome. So it is the 2nd of May 2026. We did start May off with a bit of a bang. If many had felt the energy, it was quite, I suppose the word I'm hearing is electricity. And so today feels a little bit calmer. The 2nd of May, okay, is when I'm recording this. And I thought I pulled a couple of cards, which I don't normally do, just so that I can go straight into this and not be wasting time faffing about pulling cards, which is actually interesting because normally I don't do that. I've only pulled like a couple of, guide ancestor cards and a couple of animal cards, but that sort of is the energy for May, is to be a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more focused, structured, and yeah, that is the Taurus energy, I suppose. It's sort of between April and May. We are moving in, the sun moves into Taurus. So the Taurus energy is what we're working with, the Taurus, the bull. And it is a very powerful get stuff done energy. And you know what, to be honest, we need that. We have been waiting on this energy since the start of this year. And I thought it would come. Usually it comes in March, spring equinox. Then it can come in May and April. But the Easter stuff was just almost, because Easter is about death and rebirth. So now it feels like it is the rebirth. It's this forward momentum. But I think because we've sort of been stuck in this, are things going to happen? I'm getting impatient. We've sort of resigned ourselves to the fact of, okay, I'll just stay. So we need to give ourselves a wee shake. And what can happen is the universe could do it for us. It could make things happen around you with relationships, with career, with money, with family, with your physical health, with your mental health, to get your attention, to look at it. So do not panic. We do have the card of, I picked an ancestor card, and I'm trying to not pick too many cards because sometimes I can go off on one as well. So I've got one, and it is Paul the Venetian. But just look at the colours of that. It's interesting. I'm wearing pink and glitter and all today, which is very random, and you feel I was going out to a disco. Gifted one, it says. Wish I was going to a disco, actually. My daughter's going to a disco. I don't think you call it discos anymore. I love discos. Look, that is very interesting because that's the Kundalini. We are meant to dance, we are meant to move, and I am going to talk about that. So thank you for that little nod there from Spirit. I want to talk about Beltane, okay, because that is the masculine and feminine doing a dance. Come back to that in a wee second. Gifted one, revealing hidden talents. It's now opportunity to shine. No more putting baby in the corner, as in Dirty Dancing. There's more dancing. No more dimming to fit in. This is you unapologetically being you. Wild woman, wild man. This is me. Take it or lump it. Okay? Take it or like it or lump it. Is that the word? The saying. And it's not about doing that in a horrible way or, in an aggressive or an assertive way. It's just apologetically, just who are you? And just going, this is who I am. And you shining and you calling back your power. But in order to do that, you have to face fears. Fears will be coming up. You will not realize that there's fears or false beliefs in your energy field that are not necessarily you. You now, in the age you are now, when you're watching this, is actually good, is actually okay, actually knows herself, actually is their true authentic self, okay? And sorry, I'm putting together a first sort of workshop retreat with a couple of other collaborators, and I'm very excited about it, and it's all about the authentic self. So that's why I was like, oh, can't wait to tell you about it, but watch this space, it's going to be exciting. Anyway, back to this. So your fears have to come up, and we shut them down, pretend they're not there, the elephant in the room, because it just feels difficult, and there's no more doing that in May. I think you're going to be faced with stuff to look at, but it's not that bad. Just break it down. Just go, okay, this is what's going to happen. Lee's energy reading told me this would happen. Let's break it down. A trigger is a gift, okay? The light, the wound is where the light enters. Remember that, okay? And that's all this is, All right. And if you need some help with this, please reach out to me. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. This is transcending fear. And it's actually all about the third eye. So you might get, like I've literally had headaches and migraines as a lot of energy was coming in this week to sort of give me some clarity, to sort of, you know, get me moving forward also, that I was in a massive resistance to, and there's resistance to being seen, there's resistance to doing more, resistance to doing workshops and retreats and all the rest, because I've been through a lot the past few years, I'm dealing with a lot, and it's all, you know, and it can make you complacent, you know, and it can bring a lot of fears up, but you have to work through them. That's just what life is about. So your third eye, you could be getting eye pain, you could be getting, you know, headaches, or even eye, ear, neck stuff, just as this energy comes in. It's coming in to give you clarity. It's coming in so you can see with this third eye, your intuition, and not just these two eyes, okay? Your intuition, this is your feminine energy. Intuition is going to be very heightened, and that can feel quite intense. We had the Scorpio full moon yesterday. We're still in the energy of that. It's in a very, very intense sign. And it's all about looking at your shadows, looking at the fear, looking at the darkness within your energy field so that you can step into the light. Okay. There's under that, of course, I'm not going to pull cards, but then I'm going off on one here. Transcending. Look, there's transcending karma release. The end of a cycle, debts are being paid. So that's this release of the snake energy. So the snake is the kundalini, is your life force energy, your masculine, feminine energy, okay? And the 1st of May is otherwise known as Beltane, Beltane, and it is the union of the masculine and feminine, okay? You will see many, you know, many people, or many sort of places. I remember when I was very, very young, going to Port Patrick in Scotland, and they had this maypole and these ribbons, and they were all dancing around, and I was like, ooh, what is this? And I didn't know that this was such a special energy that I now work with, and I work with my clients and my priestesses and mentorship. But I want to sort of help you understand this at the minute in a very, very simplistic way. So Beltane is a fire festival. So that's why fire energy is coming up. That's why headaches. That's why the body could get inflamed. That's why you could get, you know, could be like a bit short or irritable, or anger bursts, not just you, but people around you, as this comes up to be looked at. And it's trying to bring the balance of your feminine energy. We have a feminine energy, whether you're male or female, and we have a masculine energy as well, okay? And your feminine energy is, look, very simple. I am going to do a separate video going into the detail of feminine and masculine, because this is not going to do it justice, the simplicity of it. Feminine is not girly. Feminine is your intuition. Feminine is you in a flow. Feminine is actually your money and your finances, okay? And how you flow with that. Feminine is your rest. It is your creativity. It's you creating. And your gut feeling, and you're nurturing as well, nurturing yourself, nurturing others. But it's also, there's a wildness to the feminine, because there's a wild woman, there's a wild, you know, there's a great book called Women Who Run with Wolves, and it talks about the similarities and the archetypes between women and wolves, and how you need that alone time, and how you need, and how we should be teaching our children. Like, and this is how, you know, I bring my daughters up this way to really connect with this energy. And so it's like what, and the Taurus energy is all about, yes, it's about discipline, yes, it's about structure, yes, it's about patience, yes, it's about the physical body, but it's also about passion. Scorpio full moon is passionate. It is really intense, very sexual, okay? So that is what is going to light you up. You can, you know, everything you should be doing, you should feel a passion about it. You should feel like a powerful energy. And if we do not, then you'll be asked to look at that. Because we've been brought up in life that, oh, you know, that's just the way it is. No, it's not. Okay, but we have to work towards that. So that's your feminine. Your masculine is the logical mind. It's your action. It's your fire. Feminine is the moon. It's reflection. You're being asked to reflect on what is not working. How can I course correct right now? and bring these two feminine and masculine energies to work together. They're depicted as like two snakes. That's why we have the snake here. Two snakes that sit at the bottom of the spine. Okay, your Shakti energy. And they work together. They move up the spine in a spiral motion, clearing the chakras up the spine. And then they come up. And then it's like, and it's funny, I think Mercury's moved into Taurus today. Yeah. And Mercury, that's the sign of Mercury, the caduceus symbol. Okay, your communication. And that is you speaking your truth, not holding back in conversations. You shining your light. So these two snakes, instead of them being at loggerheads with each other, or one going off ahead and the other one not, you want to connect with your feminine and masculine. And one of the ways you can do that is understanding what your Venus, which is your feminine, your Venus sign is in, and what your masculine sign is in, which is your Mars. Okay, and you can go and do that at cafeastrology.com, get a free birth chart reading, and have a look at those two specifically, and then like do a wee bit of research on those signs, as I had to do. Cancer, my Venus is in Cancer, my feminine is Cancer, my masculine is Gemini, which is why I felt called to do this video today, because I'm feeling that really powerful energy, you know, to come on and speak. Okay, I could talk here all day, but I know we're only 10 minutes in, so it's just to tantalize the taste buds a wee bit here, these videos. So then, as an animal guide for the month of May, it's interesting that we have the gorilla. Okay, and like you can think of gorillas are very powerful, very, you know, fighting, but this is all about peace. It's actually putting down, no more fighting, working together, your masculine and feminine energy working together, not fighting against each other or fighting against anything external, whether it's been a relationship or whatever. Okay, and moving more, trying to stabilize the situation, you know, bringing some water in, because we have a lot of fire energy. It's funny, I'm just doing my garden at the minute. I just love water, and I've been bringing some pebbles in and a water feature, and as well as the sun as well. Do you know, I'd love a wee bit of a heater, a wee bit of a fire thing going on as well. Do you know, so we need to balance the fire with the water, which is the feminine and the masculine as well. But also May is about grounding, like the Taurus, the bull. It's a very grounding into the earth. And protecting your energy is key. I am going to do some videos. I'm going to get my podcast up and running again. I do have a podcast, yes. And I'm going to get that back up and running again as well. I've been guided to do that. And it is literally, sorry, I'm being distracted from my neighbours pulling in, waving at me. And they're going to be like, why is she so rude, not waving back? So I've got distracted. So yes, I'm going to do a wee bit of a video on understanding energy and how to protect your energy field, but also feminine and masculine energy and the difference. So if there's any other topics, please comment below if you want me to cover them, because I think those are two very important. I think also one about money as well, and manifesting would be good too. Because that all needs done from this grounded place, okay? The armadillo, just this grounded place. So, you know, May is a month to ground. It's a month to get, you know, to really look at your foundations, look at your roots, get into the garden. You know, there's the cat energy, right beside the dog energy. That's your feminine and masculine right there, do you know? And sorry, my neighbours are looking over at me, probably go, what is she doing? And you know, you've got your intuition with the cat. That's the intuition, and the cat actually I see is quite it's a masculine energy of even though your intuition is your feminine, but it's also this forward momentum. It is this action. It is this cat energy is. Whereas dog energy is more unconditional love. It's more like being more cat-like or more dog-like is what I would say. And I think it's time to be more cat-like. And cats can appear, you know, to be, you know, like selfish. They look after themselves, but really they're not. They're just independent. They're not codependent, whereas dogs are. So I think you're being asked in relationships, with work, with family, with children, with loved ones, love partner, to look at where it's codependent, because that's not healthy for either. There is another video, that's 4 now, on one on relationships I'm going to do. Oh, I'm excited because I like topics. I just have to remember these now. So let's keep moving. So I want to pick some words for the month of May, because I just think it helps us summarize. So let's ask for 3 words for the collective for the month of May. Blessing. It is a blessing. May, blessing. Forgiveness. Interesting. And action. Oh, love that. Let's look at the card at the bottom, but there is no card at the bottom. Discernment. Yeah. Discernment feels really important. That actually was my word for last year, you know, word for the year. So, blessing. May is a blessing, and it's blessing, and I'm hearing blooming. Things are blooming. You are blooming, just as, you know, I've got the cherry blossom tree, I've got my apple tree, and the wee flowers are blooming on it. The roses are blooming, but so are you, okay? And time for forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others around you, so that you can move on. And you don't always have to forgive. It depends on the situation, but you can accept, okay? And then action, that allows you to move forward with this freedom to move forward into an action. But be discerning of your energy field as well, okay? Let's ask for what energy actually will we be working through that feels almost like challenging. It's something that we may not know. It's like almost in behind the scenes. I love these Kyle Gray cards because they're quite deep that way. So let's ask for a card here, please, Spirit. Of course, Earth Star activation. That's the groundingness. We have, I feel like, do you know what I feel like I'm going to do here? I feel like I'm going to stop in about 5 minutes, and I'm going to do a 10-minute meditation, healing meditation. That's what I feel like I'm going to do. So Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. Okay, so we're needing to ground. We have an Earth Star chakra, and I feel like I'm going to help like heal these. Just do like a wee 10-minute thing, chakra balance. So you've got your Earth Star anchoring, and then you've got your base chakra, your sacral, your solar, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and then you have the 3 above, which is your soul star, causal, and stellar gateway. So you have, and plus the one at the back of the neck, which is the ultra major chakra. So that's the 12 chakras. So we'll do a bit of a 12 strand DNA balancing. Grounded action, Isis. And Isis is that ultimate mother energy. Isis is that real, she is all about magic and passion. Very, very powerful energy. But in order to grow and to rise into that passionate magnetism energy, you have to be grounded. We have to almost, and I'll see what I'm guided to do, you know, but we almost have to go into the old roots and pull them away. So that is going to be exciting doing that. There's a card actually just peeking out here. I just want to look at this. Of course, the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is like a book of our soul. I do Akashic Records clearings. I'll pop the link below, but it's literally, we all have our own book of our soul. And, you know, there is certain, it says they're clearing old stories, releasing past lives and freedom. There can be a lot of stuff that we're clearing karmically wise. If something is happening around you and it feels quite intense and you can't attribute it back to like an inner child or something that's happened, it could be something that's from a previous lifetime. And, you know, sometimes what you can do is you can have a similar energy. Like I went through something recently, which was a really traumatic and one of the deepest fears, and it took me back to, you know, the energy of similar energy, previous lifetime. And knowing that, you don't need to know the detail, can sometimes help to release it. And that's one of the things that I am good at, you know, in my human design. I'm 6'2", so I'm able to rise above a situation. That's why I help people with a lot of the time, you know, when I'm mentoring, I'm able to, they'll tell me a lot of stuff that's going on and I can just rise above it and summarize it for them to say, this is the key things we need to work on. But you can do this as well, okay? So it's just to be super aware of the intensity of stuff may not be from this lifetime, I suppose is what I'm getting, okay? Okie dokie, let's ask for, because we're working with the earth energy and we're working with, you know, the Taurus, I'm going to go into this Kyle Gray deck, the shamanic one. So let's ask for 3 cards, please, for this. And then I'll do another 3 cards from this angelic deck, and then we'll do a wee bit of meditation. So, as I feel everybody needs that 3 cards for the collective, please. 1, 2, 3. Magic Guardian, yeah, that's the very Isis energy, like believing in magic, believing in miracles, unlocking the magic within you. It's there. It's always been there. There's the eagle. Yep, that's rising above a situation, looking at it from bird's eye point of view. Everybody can do it. If you're in, for example, you have an argument with anybody, or an altercation, or a trigger. And when you're in the trigger, you're sort of in a trauma, and you can't, all you can see is your point of view. So what you can do is when you come out of that, when you ground, that's why you ground first. When you ground, when you cut your cords, then you can rise out of the situation and look at it higher from a bird's eye point of view. Look down, you will see their point of view, your point of view, and it is extremely powerful to understand both sides, because we only can see that through our experiences and our view of the world. And a lot of our wounding is in there as well, so it's not necessarily real. And if you were to talk to that person about what's their interpretation of what just happened, what's my interpretation, completely two different things, two different interpretations. Both are right, okay, because it's based on their view. So it's about communicating and coming to an agreement, seeing from a higher perspective. It's key. Holding space also. This also feels like sometimes you have to allow things to play out. We can want things done. So patience is coming into the month of May with the Taurus energy. You have to be very patient, allowing things to play out. You may want something done, but there's other things that need to happen, and also holding space for yourself to go easy on yourself. And that's that forgiveness piece as well. And then there's the peacock. I love that. Protection guardian. Many of us who draw up your shields, many of us are in this real protective mode, protecting ourselves from getting hurt, but that is stopping you from moving forward. What are you protecting yourself from? Only you can hurt you. Nobody can hurt you. Only if you allow it. That's why you work through your stuff and your inner work and your triggers. And when you are trigger free, it's flipping fabulous. The peace that you feel. And it's interesting, things that would have happened before would have really upset you don't anymore. And then you can open this heart, and that's when you be more magnetic. That's when you can shine then, but you do have to do that work so that you don't get hurt or don't get taken down or don't self-sabotage, if that makes sense. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's go into this. So 3 guidance cards, let's just say. I'll ask for some guidance. 3 guidance cards for the month of May for the collective. 1, 2, and 3. The situation will improve. You know, it will be okay. One of the things, that's like, people just need to hear that it will be okay. And it will be, well, it will be. Okay, and you will work through no matter what. You can do it, okay? Get more information. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's what I was saying about when you are looking at it from this higher perspective, you don't have the information of the other side. And when you're doing that, you can actually analyze it, or you can speak to them. Or speak, you know, get the other person's point of view, or gather more information as to watching these videos, what's the energy at the minute, what's going on, and that will help to build that picture so you feel less anxious about it. And then lastly, success. It's all okay. It's all going to be okay. And sometimes things can happen like this to sort of, what's the word? Help you course correct, help you choose this new direction. And we can have a gut feeling because we don't like change. So we can sort of think like, I need to do this, but I'm sort of safe here in my comfort zone. And then something will happen to make you change. And that is your guide, your loved ones, God, your angels guiding you towards that you don't maybe want to do. And it's all about courage and stepping out of your comfort zone. Because that's where light, love, happiness, joy, and peace is, and everything that you're calling in, to be honest. Because there has to be a bit of effort, there has to be a bit of action to fulfilling your dreams, okay? And it will, you know, be difficult at times, but it's not impossible. And when you come through the other side, it's like, whoa, I'm so glad I did that. Okay, let's take a moment here. I'm going to just put these cards down so that I can create some space. Let's just take a moment here. I'm going to take my glasses off so everything's quite blurry. Okay. And you can do this now, or you can come back to this at 24 minutes in. We're going to do a lovely little healing meditation, chakra balance. I feel like many people need that at the minute. So let's close the eyes. And all I want you to do is to slow your breath down. Breathe in nice and deeply. In through the nose for 3. And then breathing out through the mouth for 6. And then your next in-breath, I want you to visualize a light coming in through the crown of your head. And on the out-breath, you're going to release any heaviness. It's almost like you're going to breathe in the light and breathe out any heaviness. You could visualize the smoke, visualize a heaviness leaving your body, leaving different parts of your energy field. And then the next in-breath, you're going to visualize this light. With this light, it's going to be like a pyramid coming in. And we're going to create a star, a Merkaba around your body, like in that Earth Star Chakra card. So you're going to visualize this light coming in through the crown of your head, creating a pyramid of light around your body. And just keep filling that up with light. As you breathe, and you're breathing in the light, breathing out the heaviness through your feet, through the earth. Breathing in the light, breathing out the heaviness to create this beautiful pyramid of protection. I'm going to call in your guides, angels, loved ones, beautiful beings of the light. Only anything that's not from the light does not have permission to be here and must leave. And just visualize that light and arrows almost going outwards. Oh my goodness, that's interesting. I've just done that on the car alarms went off. And then from your next in-breath, I want you to breathe up from the earth. You're going to bring another upside down pyramid or triangle up from the earth to meet the one above. So I want you to breathe up. Instead of breathing in the light from the crown, you're going to breathe the earth energy up. So you're creating this pyramid. It almost looks like a black and white. One is light and one is black, like the colour of the earth. This Merkaba, this star shape around your body. And this is your masculine and feminine. This is dark and light. This is your fears. Fear and love. So feel this upside down triangle coming up from the earth to meet the one above. So I want you to visualize this star around your body. And it's just going to spin. So the top's going to spin one way, the bottom's going to spin the other way. And what I'm saying is getting rid of a lot of icky energy. And it's almost like a washing machine, and there's sparks flying, and it's just almost like everything's spinning to clear your energy field. And then the star there's still a star shape around you reflecting outwards, but then it sort of collapses down to the ground, and then you're standing on a star. And then there's also a star above you, the soul star, sorry. So you have a star above, a star below, a star around you, and there's a column of light. So this star is cleansing your energy field from the top down, around you, and then we're going to go into the chakras. And we're going to start with your stellar gateway at just a couple of inches above the top of your head. And just see this star shape, and it's like chakra means wheel, so it's like it just looks like a washing machine type thing, and it's just cleansing, and so it's like a laser beam of light going in and clearing this for you. And this will help anybody that has been getting headaches and stuff as well. I'm just channeling some Reiki energy, and I'm hearing some light language also going in. And then we're going to move down to the causal chakra, just slightly above your head, almost touching. That's a big one. I'm sure many of you need to do a liver cleanse or do some work on the liver. Bitter foods, lemon, carrot juice, milk thistle. And then we're going to move down to the crown, just literally at the top of your head. And something that would be very powerful for many of you to do would be the Hormone Balance Chakra course. It's there. It's available to do in your own time. 8 weeks, but there's many different elements to it. I just taught one of my clients. She's like, this is mind blowing. And she's just doing it in her own time. And you can go back and do different elements. There's yoga, meditation, journaling, food, nutrition. I'll pop the link below. Because obviously it would be helping you to detox your liver in that. Because I can hear how. That's a whole other video. Let's move down to the third eye now. Oh, there's a lot in there too. And then down to the throat. I'm just pulling some stuff out of the throat for you. On the back of the neck. And then the heart. I'm seeing a lot of past life stuff in the heart. The heart is the bridge, you say. The upper and lower chakras. And it's where a lot of stuff gathers. A lot of wounding. And I'm seeing actually the distance healing symbol, which I see shown now for Reiki going in there. If you're open to receiving, just say yes. And then moving down to the solar plexus. Oh, very fiery. It's just like this fire. And it's the root of the inner child, the inner teenager. That is our confidence. That is actually connected to the liver and the gallbladder also. The liver is where we hold anger. The gallbladder is where we hold resentment. I'm just seeing an infinity symbol, number 8 on its side, going in there just to balance this. I'm actually seeing this going right down your body now, just balance, moving down to the sacral and down to the base chakra. I want you to visualize this anchor being dropped into the earth. And then let's invite in, just as we close here, invite in your higher soul self. To do a bit of a cord cutting. Let's cut some cords to any energies, situations, people, places, things that are not serving you anymore. Just feel almost just this, just being cut around the back of your neck, your back, your front. I sometimes just visualize Edward Scissorhands. But I'm just sort of bringing in you with like a sword. So you can meet your higher self, your future self. That was good. Chop, chop, chop. That's what I'm hearing. I also just want to end here by bringing in the honeybee. So whenever we cut cords, we want to stitch those holes up. And I just always, I work with the honeybee. That's why my podcast is called The Honey Temple. And I bring in the bee, and the bee always stitches, has a thread, and it just stitches up the little holes in the auric field. So let's just bring, many different bees are coming in now. And it's funny, like Beltane is all about the marrying of the May Queen and the Green Man and being crowned. So I'm just thinking of the Queen Bee moving down through the body. And then lastly, what we're going to do is fill this body up with light, with honey, with light. So that you're recharged to move forward here in this month of May. I'll let that drip down. I can see my tummy now. I'm getting hungry because I couldn't eat before that. Feel that moving down to the Earth Star, and it's filling up like, imagine like an old grouting. The Earth Star, you're standing on the star, and it's moving. It's filling up with this honey, with this light. And it's shooting right up through your chakras now. Oh, beautiful! That's really beautiful. Glad I did that now. Hopefully you enjoyed that. You can do that many times throughout the month. Let's call 100% of your soul back into your body. Let's disconnect. Namaste. Thank you so much for listening, for joining me, for watching, for taking part. I'm wishing you the most magical May. Lots of love.